Hello and welcome to the Flory Models Friday Roundup Show. Here we are with you on the 5th of August 2022 after a really busy week. Wanted to push on, obviously I had a little bit of time off recently, so I wanted to sort of get ahead with a lot of stuff. So I've been pushing on incredibly heavy with the old Lancaster, and she's all tooled up, she's ready to go. It's a bit of all a loose fit at the moment. As I say, it's all still comes apart and everything. The wing joins absolutely gorgeous. The engine work is amazing. There's a few little things I don't like about it, as I said before, and I've gone on many times, but you don't get engine mounts for the engine, so you need to scratch build those if you're going to show it with the engines open and things like that. But it has got 4 beautifully detailed engine. It's beautifully detailed inside, and again it goes together really well. I've had no fit issues at all with it anywhere, which is really nice indeed. And again, working on things like the turrets as we've done this week as well, those went together all okay, and so forth and so on. So actually pushing along really nicely with this one, and then next week we'll be in a situation of getting this into primer and obviously getting the paint onto it, we'll get the decals onto it, and then we can weather it down and stuff like that. But I have to say, second time I built an HK kit, and I am a big fan. I think they go together really well. It's very cleverly thought through. The way that this wing sections all go on here is absolutely amazing. You know, they are as good as it looks. If I can get this one off. Come on, there we go. You know, they actually come away really well, and it's a solid fit. And what's great with it is that there's no seams. The way this key system works down on here is absolutely amazing. So I am a real fanboy of HK kits. I would love to build a load more. And to say B17, it's a little bit more technical on that one. It's got more bulkheads and things and that going in there. This one, there isn't as many. It's quite open plan. So no real sort of fit issues and stuff like that you really have to worry about. So if you are after even a nice scaled lank, then obviously the 48 scale one I think is perfect. You know, as you know, the 32nd one, the winglet ones, I have no interest in at all. It's far too big. This thing, though, is, I think, a perfect scale. It's nice and it's workable and everything else like that. And scale-wise, it's exactly the same as the actual B17, because I put them side by side. And it is B17's a bit fatter, shall we say. The actual Lancaster's a bit more slink, but definitely very nice job indeed. And again, it's sort of on par with things like the B52 for scale and with the Bear as well. So it'd be great when I can get these all hanging up here together, and that's the way I want to get it done in the future. So anyway, it all started on Monday with part 2, which finished off the cockpit work. So we went along, it's got a really nice detailed interior, as you can see, some nice stuff going on there. Started on the weathering process, so that was with a buffable scrub just down in there to start it off, and then we went in with oils. Had to do some hand painting. A little bit of a letdown on the kit is the flight engineer's panel is nothing, so you have to paint it all up yourself. And for this, we used Posca pens and a little bit of dry brushing to do a good job on that one, so that was good. Then we're in with oils, so a simple oil wash right the way through, pretty standard to everything I do. Goes in there, and then adding all the little details, a little bit of maps and various bits that we've added in here as well. Like the map is actually a roll of sellotape which has got a map printed on it, so I just cut it up, fold it onto itself, and then stick it down with a bit of PVA glue. Works quite well. And again, seat harnesses and things like that, that's from the look set, and then it sort of busies it all up very nicely. So again, actually, I think it's perfect for what you need. There's no point in going overboard because most of it you're not going to see. So obviously, you know, the wireless operator and back. But at the front here, there's just enough to keep your eye moving around it and your instruments and things like that all playing out. And so, yeah, very nice indeed. Then it was a case of bringing it all together. So before that, we had to get it all masked up. So we was going through the motions of actually going through, getting it all down in here, as you can imagine. So that was all very nice indeed. And then obviously working our way round on that one. So that sort of completed off part 2 of the actual build, and then you've got part 3 that went up with you today as well. So again, really very nice indeed. Then on Tuesday, we got the Tuesday show. So I do my little vlog on this one. And again, we were talking about obviously there we go. We were talking about the Lancaster and exactly how I was at that point and talking you through it as well. So we were talking about the mask set doesn't come with the bulged window masks, which is a bit of a problem, and how I'd like to see with Edard mask sets them marked out with numbers on them would be handy. And a bit like the front blister, that doesn't come with a thing you can see as well. And generally, as you can see, we were working our way around throughout the day, talking about the turrets and the difference that I was doing with it and everything just like that. So again, it was a good old day. And again, a bit further on during that, I was working on the engines and we were talking about the details, just a basic run through of how I was getting on throughout the day down in there, and then answering a few questions and bits and pieces on there. So anyway, that was Tuesday. Wednesday, it was the PM show. So we have me and Matt and Andy discussing all things on the PM store as well. This is a free to watch, so if you're a non-member, you can just click on here and you can watch it and go through it. And we're talking about all the latest kit releases and all the latest movements and developments. And we've got some really nice stuff has come in now, and we're fulfilling all the pre-orders as we speak. I think we're all up to date on those. So anyway, you've got down in there the Infinity models, very nice Vampire, which I think is a great scale in 30 seconds. It's quite a small jet, and in 30 seconds, that's a really nice size for it. So we were discussing all things like that. And then obviously the big release this week was for the Buccaneer. So we've been waiting for this kit for many, many years, and we're discussing this one. Hopefully within a very short time, I'll get a kit review, and then I can actually show you guys just exactly what we think of it. And to say, I'm very, very tempted to build it as well, because it does look absolutely fantastic. As I say, it's either going to be that one, or I might hold on for the RAF one that comes down the line a little bit later. But we were talking all things down in there. Again, it's roughly around about half an hour. It's quite a short show this week because we had lots of things to do. Same time though, Matt put up the next part of his the Master Box Modern UK Infantry. So he's obviously painting the camo before, and now we're talking about painting the face and the flesh and the eyes and all stuff like that. So if you want to go in and watch that one's down here for members to watch. And again, there he is painting nice close-up work and everything to show you exactly how he's getting on with these ones, working with the wet palette and the colours and all things like that. So if you want to pop off and go down and have a look at these, you can see exactly how he goes about painting all his figures. And the members, that's available for you to watch in the forum in the usual places and stuff like that. So again, very, very nice job. And again, we just move down. There we go. Looking very, very good indeed. He's doing a great job on that series. The rest of them are all down in here for members to watch as well. So far we're up to part 4. You can see those ones, and obviously those sort of join along with the Wimmick build that he's been doing as well at the same time. So members, you can follow the links and you can grab all of those. Live show was last night. So obviously we had the live show for the members. We were discussing food, it seemed, for a lot of the show, but nothing wrong with that. And the differences between the US and over here in the UK with tipping. But then we did get onto some modelling news and obviously answering all your questions and from live chat that was coming in through the chat room, as well as obviously the guys that have posted up questions up front. Remember, if you have got questions, just post them up into the ask area in the actual forum, and we can either ask them on the Thursdays or on the Wednesday show. So we've got those just down in there like that. So pretty good indeed. And where are we? No, we got to, hold on, I've lost my tabs here. So that was the live show. And then back up with you today. We've got part 3 of the actual Lancaster one up. So down in here, we're looking at seam filling. So again, I've been bitten a couple of times in the past with little bits of sink marks and stuff like that that have appeared after it's done. And I had a little bit of an issue. It's nothing big, but with while I was working on the Voodoo. So this time I've gone back to old school, and I've sworn I'm going to just do this all the time now. So it's that usual thing, a couple of streams of Tamiya takedown, and then we mix up a bit of CA glue mixed in with talcum powder as just a filler right the way down the spine. And then obviously after that, it's just a case of sanding it out. You get a very fine seam of it, just a bead. And then obviously we just polish that out, which is very, very easy, as you can see. And then it's a case of just popping in some of the details. So we use a razor saw to do the panel lines. So we pop those in with a razor saw because it's quite straightforward. And then we re-rivet. Then it's a case of over to the guns because we've replaced the actual guns on the Lancaster. The kit ones are a bit, yeah. So we've gone through with some master barrel ones, which are absolutely gorgeous. The only trouble is I did break about 4 reamers trying to put a 0.6mm hole into them to drill them out. Luckily, you do get a spare as well because, yes, not good. Anyway, well worth it, as you can see. They look absolutely fantastic down in there. So a worthy upgrade for it. So anyway, we've got everything masked up. We've got the turrets all finished. And then we went around and we got all those painted up as well. So anyway, that is up with you right now, members. You can see that one is there. Part 4 will be up with you on Monday. As you know, a lot of people, I've got the gang down for the weekend, so they're all going to be here, but I've already got pre-done. It's all ready to go, so it'll be with you on Monday. 2 other things up this week. We had 2 reviews. The first one we had was the P40. These are the old classic review kits that we're doing. We're finishing these ones off now. I actually have run out of old classic kits to review. So some of you will be thank God, and we'll get back onto doing some more kit releases and modern stuff. But seeing as it's been incredibly quiet over the last few months with brand new kit releases and things, it was an ideal opportunity to go a little bit back in time and have a look at some of the kit reviews. Anyway, this is the legendary P40E, which, you know, seems to be one of the finest kits ever done by a monogram, and definitely one of the most accurate shaped P40 Warhawks out there as well. So again, very nice job as well. And again, beautiful instructions, fully detailed, telling you everything about it, and some great photos as well, which we saw with the Pro Modeler series of monogram. So we were talking all things down in there, and the markings again, just like that. And then the kit, yes, it is raised panel lines, like I say in the review, but it just is lovely. It's really very nice, very crisp, very detailed all the way through. So again, really, really nice stuff. When you look at the age of these kits, monogram are just light years ahead of themselves, as you can see. Clear parts, nice and clear as well. So anyway, that is your P40. That review is up there ready for you to watch as well. And then we've got Matt's kit. He's got out of his stash, so I can have a quick run through of this one as well. And this is for the Esky F4. This is still available. This is Talary's current 72nd one as well. So although this is an old one, it is really nice. As you can see, this was a brand new kit, all sealed up. The instructions, very Hasegawa-esque from back in the day, but you get an idea of how it's all going to go together. And the markings are very nice. The decals are good because they're cardograph anyway, so no problems with those. And again, a beautiful kit. Considering its age, it's incredibly finely recessed panel lines right the way over this one. Very nice details. Again, it's a little bit lacking in the cockpit and the various areas, but you know, it's got some nice touches with it as well, as you can see. So we've got all of those, all the parts, the burner cans, beautifully detailed, as you can see, right the way through. So as you said before, and with all of this series, I wouldn't just dismiss old kits. You know, they are still very, very nice kits out there. Anyway, so with that one done, that is up with you as well. So if you want to see the reviews areas, just pop over to the reviews, click in there, and there's, well, almost 1,000 reviews now in there from everything that we've done recently. All the recent ones are just down in here, but if you do find a category that you want to click on, just click on the manufacturer, and that'll take you over to the actual, just the videos on their own. So there's a full listing of absolutely everything, which goes on and on and on and on and on and on, and literally will go on from all the manufacturers as well. So if you want to grab any of those, you can do those. Those are up on the site with you right now. Last up, over to the PM store. The PM store is going to be closed on Monday and Tuesday, because obviously Matt is going to be here on Monday. He's going back home on Monday, and then he's just in for the last bit of his little procedure in hospital on Tuesday as well. So he's off. So back to normal deliveries and everything else like that will resume on Wednesday the 10th. So if you're putting any orders in now onwards, then obviously they will go out to you on Wednesday. So there will be a small delay. But we do have some new special offers in. As I say, we've got some great ones down here. We've got some of the slightly damaged boxes back in stock as well. And when we say this, as I said, it's normally just a slightly dented corner. You know, chances are you get more damage if they're going through the postal system as it is. And some really nice Tamiya stuff as well. So again, we've got the Tiger. We've got that sort of the flat wagon down in there as well. We've got the Sky Raider. There's the Kubel wagon down in there as well. I think we've got down in here as well, Matt was saying about. We've got Corsairs, we've got the Panzers, yes, and lots of Italeri ones as well. So we've got some nice stuff down in there. The Sterling's back in as well. We've got one in there, and the F-35. So we've got the A and the B down in there as well as the P-47, which is a beautiful kit. There's a Kubel wagon. Knew we had one somewhere. And again, some nice stuff down here. We've got some of the figures as well. So obviously, we've got the actual series down in here. As I said, normally it's $15.50. We've got them just up there at 13 quid. So a bit of a bargain. If you want to grab any of those, they are up on the site and they will stay up there till next Friday. And if you do want a damaged box, you've got a hole in a wall. So there you go, definitely for a brick wall set. So slightly damaged, I'd say so. Anyway, so lots of those things going on at the moment. Obviously, new arrivals are a little bit thin on the ground, but various things have come in. So you've got the Infinity model stuff is in now. The Blackjack Eurofighter is in as well with the Typhoon. And obviously the Red Tails releasing is in as well from Edard. So you've got those kits down there, plus all the other ones. All right, so that's down in there. We've still got the 25% discount going on at the moment. Again, new stock pops in here and it gets withdrawn. As you can see, it moves around quite a bit. There's 25% off all these kits and they're all brand new and sealed. So if you want to get anything from those, you can do those again right now to make our way through. And that is about it. A really, really busy week. I must admit, I'm nicely ahead now. That gives me a little bit of room to stretch my legs and do a little bit more other bits and pieces, which is nice. As I said, I've got the guys all coming down here for the weekend, so we'll be discussing all things in the forum and what's going on and plans, and we'll probably be planning next year's group builds and stuff and things like that already, as we normally do at this time of the year. Anyway, that's it from me. I'm going to leave you, as always, with a gallery with your great work. So until Monday, everybody, happy modelling. Take care.
I was not ready to falling like I'm wasted. My heart grows heavy. Don't taste me rushing and keep your words naked. You got me blushing. And you forever I'll follow. You'll be my holy ground. You forever I'll follow. In immortality, I can see you and me free. In immortality, I can see you and me free. You left me crying and running through a ghost town, alone and stranded. Why leave me hoping and guessing for the answers? No